So the burden of family planning has been left to women. Is it time for... See, can someone see what's happening to me? I'm shocked.
Why are you shaking?
Wow, it's the topic.
Okay. The burden of family planning has been left to women. Is it time for men to embrace male contraceptives, including vasectomy? Mko ready kukata wanaume? Hilo ndilo swali la siku la leo. Yeah, the burden of family planning has been left to women. So is it time that hata wanaume wa embrace family planning, whatever, watusaidie at least?
Yeah, it takes two to tango. At the end of the day, the act is between two people. Hakuna venye that act can be between just one person. It can never happen. So in my opinion, kama wasi wawili wako involved in that particular thing, it shouldn't be the only, yani si mimi ni badeniwe na anga every single time I should take a certain pill, I should go towards certain extremes. It's burden in itself. Wanacheza na kumeza dawa kila masaa just because we are planning. When it's a give and take kind of thing, pia wewe unafanya kivyako, and this I believe really genuine men mwenye anakupenda haezi feel burdened in any way to help you out.
Alafu just kidogo.
Mna planaje family na hujaolewa?
Kidogo tu. Let me just say this. I agree with what you're saying, but I understand why men would not be really open to it.
Why?
For one, men are very egocentric. So, and I keep on saying this.
Yeah, I know.
It has everything to do with it.
Kindly explain.
Because a man is tied to his masculinity by his manhood.
Oh, it's so tiring, kids.
No, I have not even said anything. Just relax. So, any kind of thing that would suggest that he is not man enough to give kids, to sire kids, is an issue. I'm not done. I'm not done. And that's why most men are against go for the vasectomy. But I am for it, 100%. Because it gets to a point where you start asking yourself, which is safer? Your wife taking pills every other day, which totally have side effects.
They have side effects.
And you doing something that actually you can choose to redo it. You can redo it after, but it's actually a safer way of, and it ensures that you never get. So I am for it, to be totally honest.
Before we continue, there's a law. You cannot get vasectomy in this country until you're a certain age. For men, I think either above 50 or something. There's a law to it.
I don't want to undergo.
And you know why? And you know why? Because it is not reversible.
It is reversible.
Vasectomy, I am not a scientist, I'm not a medic, but according to my little understanding of vasectomy, is they chop off whatever produces semen.
No, they don't. No, it is tied.
This is my understanding. It's okay. After this, I will go to Google school and school myself. But there is a law. Even when it comes to women, even for women when they are going for that permanent, as they say, ile kufungwa permanent, there is an age that you cannot be allowed to do it. Then again, Mimi, what pisses me off, that aside, what pisses me off is the shock that this other gender gets.
Yeah,
when their women tell them, oh, I think I have a pregnancy scare, they get so shocked as if they were planting maize and they were shocked that they're harvesting beans. I really don't get it. First of all, let's not just stick to vasectomy. Vasectomy is one of the family planning that men can be part of, right? There are other things like condom. There's other things like withdrawal, which should be your responsibility. And you know what? We need to have a wake-up call. And I want to talk to young men out there. When you're fornicating or when you're whatever you use a better word. Fornication. Fornicators. All of you are just fornicators. With your partner, you have expectations. If you're grown enough to have an erection, you're grown enough to understand what happens after that and what are the consequences that you're going to get when you do the action, right? Am I correct? So I want, the same way, you as a couple, you communicate. You as a couple, when you're spending money, you want to share costs. When you as a couple want to decide where to go on dates and all that, this should be one of the conversations that you need to have with your partner on how you're going to protect yourself or plan a family. And then I like what Aziza has said. What family are you planning if you're just fornicating?
Before to come kwako, ego has nothing to do with family planning. I wish you understood, because when you're planning a family, number one, chances are you already have kids and you want to limit the number of kids. So how in the world are you not man enough after having kids in the first place?
You didn't get what I said. Just a minute. Let me just explain.
Wait.
How are you explaining for me my own point? Can you calm down?
But Jemo, can you
calm
just
down?
listen.
See, I'm explaining to her my point.
Usually give a point, then unataka kuruka useme kusema hivyo. So relax.
That's not what I said. Ebu, relax. That's not what I said.
Okay.
And last I checked, she said Jemo's point. So I'm Jemo.
Right.
Please, calm down. So, what I was trying to say is,
Egocentric.
men can be egocentric in the sense that it's tied to their manhood. It doesn't matter whether you've had kids before. It matters that right now you cannot have kids because you've had a vasectomy.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
What's the pride in having multiple kids when you cannot even you plan your family if you can't take care of the kids anymore?
That's fine.
Unajua kabla ya vitu
Yeah,
mingi kuna watu bado hawajaelewa kama mimi tumewa mislead. This thing we are talking about, is it reversible? Uncle Alex,
doctor. Yeah, so as Nash was talking, actually, I understand. Now, I decided to Google. So they say vasectomy is reversible.
Yeah.
So it is reversible because the surgeon only disconnects the tube that gives produces sperms, like or semen and stuff like that. So when you decide to reverse the process, it is possible to reverse the process.
Then ego inaingilia wapi?
Okay, guys, you know what? We learn every day. Please finish.
All right. So they say vasectomy reversal is where a surgery is done to undo the vasectomy. So during the procedure, a surgeon reconnects each tube that carries sperm from a testicle into the semen. So after a successful vasectomy reversal, sperms are again present in the semen, and therefore you can give birth to your partner.
Fine. Let me go back to Jemo's point, because Jemo, we are not here for a debate or a fight. The point that you brought out about men being egocentric, it's okay. All men are like that. But in this discussion regarding family planning, that does not apply anywhere.
I agree.
Okay, sawa.
Thank you.
Na mimi
I
wacha
agree.
sasa niongee.
I agree.
Nyamaza sana. Mpaka wanachanganua mkisi nini kitikishacho. Tunaongelea maneno ya wazazi.
Nasema hivi. Mwanaume first of all, mwanaume hata hiyo jina family planning, hata ukisema tu nafikiria mwanamke. Are you getting? Let me tell you why. There's no hata Biblia kuna mtu sikia. Kwa Bible kuna mtu alipanishiwa na Mungu just because of ejaculating outside. Unaget? Alimwaga nje.
But he was denying.
Kidogo. Kama yeye ni mkumwaga nje, wewe uende ukatwe. Unabishana na Mungu wewe. Another thing. Mbona utumie family planning that affects your body kama kwenda sijui vasectomy yenye mnasema? Mimi nawapea mbinu mbili ya kwanza. Okay. Ya kwanza inaitwa pull out selector. Hiyo nayo inawapa. Ya pili, baba yangu alitumia hiyo. Acha niseme ya pili. Ya pili acha nikwambie, wanaume huko nje. Make your girl get pregnant. Una get? Hiyo ni family planning. Mtu asipata ball akiwa na ball.
Is pull out selector not the same thing you're saying about?
Pull out selector.
Okay. Sawa.
Pull out selector.
Alafu unajua huyo mtoto akikuja si mandazi utamkula for breakfast.
On Ogero's point.
Mtu asipata ball akiwa na
Ogero
ball.
wacha kwanza tu pull
For 9 months. Family planning.
After the 9 months, then what?
Si another ball, si unaambiwa tezi pata akiwa na nyingine. Ogero wewe ni mjinga. Lakini sawa, wewe ni kijana yetu. Ogero, wewe ni kijana yetu. As much as I'm against it, si hivyo Ogero. Okay, family planning. Family planning, the whole topic ni kubwa sana. Wanawake, tuache kusema stories za pili sana, kama venye Mashakura alisema kuna many ways.
Yes.
Unaona? Kama sasa hizo vitu mnasema, even the word I cannot pronounce the word, ni ngumu kwangu sana. So mimi hiyo haiwezi kuwa option.
Gani hiyo?
Hiyo mnaisema haiwezi kuwa option to death. Unaona? Hili nitumie CD ni sawa. Kama ni lazima mimi ndijipange. Unacheki? Lakini ni sawa, hakuna msi anafaa kufeel intimidated pale hivyo. You have your choice.
That's true.
Tumia kenye mwili yako. You know, I'm coming. Let me come. Mtu wako pale hivyo home. Uko na choice yako ya kutumia kenye unataka. Unacheki? Na zote ziko na side effect.
Sure.
So, unaangalia yenye side effect ziko yani na mwili yako yenye inaenda na mwili yako unacheki
Yeah.
so tafadhali wanawake
Remember,
let's bear with
kidogo tu
bear
amesema vizuri side effects kidogo tu. Wewe imagine wewe ni mwanaume uko base tu umekaa unaambia watu nini yote ni family planning zinakimbiza. It is so feminine for a man to have family.
What is family
When we
planning?
talk about side effect, and you see, this is a very sensitive matter, especially for women, because there are people who have crazy side effects, people who bleed throughout the year, just because you add weight to an extent that you become obese, you become sick, you have blood pressure. So it's a very huge challenge. And you know what, family planning is good, but can you do it at the right time, to be honest? I have seen women who are struggling to conceive because they use family planning from an early age when they were fornicating, and then now when they have reached that age of they want to conceive,
when they were fornicating.
Unapata mtu ako high school ameanza kutumia pills ama sijui nini. By the time umefika huko in your 30s you're trying to conceive, you can't. You have destroyed yourself, you have destroyed your body. Alafu ule kale kaboy ulikuwa una sacrifice for. Yeah, move on. You can't even remember the first boyfriend that you got family planning to. So for me that's my concern. To be honest, if you have to, please go to a gyna. Go to a doctor. Let them check everything that they need to check, and then now they'll advise you on what works for you.
Wacha niseme hivi tu anje kidogo. Sawa.
Mimi na Ogero leo. Okay, it's fine. Remember, kukula mtu na CD. Ni kama kwenda sherehe na kuangalia uko nje, wingi ndani. Uko sherehe.
Sawa.
Watu wanasherehekea uko ndani. No, let me ask you.
Wallahi.
Uko nje unaangalia tu sherehe. Sawa.
I will defend my point, okay.
Okay, you will defend your point. We say you're not married. No, let me talk to married people at home. You very well know that you cannot tell your husband, ati babe vaa hiyo kitu leo, vaa hiyo kitu kesho, vaa hiyo nini. But let's remember that CD, as much as this one is my husband, protect against all those things, my STIs, my STDs and all that. So pia, as much as you're going to use all these things, we have to use a condom. At the end of the day, kama tutakuwa tunapimwa, juu fornicators wanataka kupimwa. Alafu to answer Aziza. Aziza alisema, why are you planning a family kama hauna Aziza?
What family are you planning?
What family are you planning? Aziza, fornicators. Mimi kama chaledi wa fornicators. Mimi kama chaledi wa fornicators. We need. When life imekuwa short hadi tuko na pressure. Unajua kitambo, people used to die at 70, 80. Imagine you've abstained. Alafu unafika 20, alafu mnaanza kulipost kwa status RIP. Ai, niruhusuni na nani.
Right, so
and this P2 that most girls use, let me tell you, that's not family planning. Hiyo kitu nasikia ni abortion.
It is part of.
It is abortion.
Ati abortion.
It kills an already.
How is it called abortion? P2.
Ogero.
Unahitaji classes. Okay,
so here, first of all, Angie, I don't like your point on the fact that you should just fornicate because you don't think you live long enough. That makes no sense whatsoever. To me, one of the first things, abstinence, celibacy, or keeping your virginity should be A1 on your list before you even
Which
think.
virginity?
Virginity is a whole topic on its own. That is something that was invented by men.
Who has?
No, second.
At
It's not invented by men, it's a real thing.
Which
Second of all,
virginity are
I
we
think
talking
that
about?
the men have a very old way of thinking, and I feel like you guys should be open to actually helping with family planning. To me, I'm not the type of partner, the type of person who'd be willing to actually be like, baby, where are we going? How are we doing this? How are your cycles going? Not someone who just expects me to be happy all the time or to constantly have my shit together and they're not doing the same. So this old people mentality you have of just on the women's side, it needs to be cut off.
Okay, so I would start by
yeah.
first of all disagreeing with the
Old
question.
people,
like, not entirely, but disagree with it like partly, because the question is like the burden of family planning has been left for men. It's only a burden if in that particular household the woman is feeling like the husband should also take part in maybe undergoing a vasectomy, but attacking, that's when it becomes the burden. But now, family planning ile yenyewe muna decide kusema like we don't want to have any kids even if we involve in sex for a particular period of time. So even if you underwent vasectomy, it doesn't mean that your manhood has been taken away from you because it is reversible. Okay? So
gari bila tairi si gari.
Wacha tu niseme hivi, please don't just have sex and you don't know everything about it. Please understand what sex is about.
And appeal for
no, it goes to all of us as men, because clearly,